Joining us at a Power Lunch exclusive, Asher Genoot. He is the CEO of Hut 8. Asher, great to chat with you. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's talk about this business pivot. Okay, you were on Squawk Box recently. What does energy infrastructure mean, and how in demand is your power right now?
Very in demand. We have a ton of demand from AI infrastructure primarily today. But the idea when we built the company at first wasn't for Bitcoin. It was, we believe that as technology evolves, its consumption of power will increase. And right now we're very much at that intersection. Everyone in the world is looking for more power, power at scale, power faster, and we're lucky that we've built a company that has done exactly that over the years since we've founded the company. And so today we have gigawatts of assets in our pipeline. We run about 1,000 megawatts online today, and we have 1,500 megawatts we're commercializing.
So earlier, about an hour ago, we had the CEO of NextEra on, okay, based right here in South Florida, and I tried to pin him down on how much Google is paying for their power at this going to be reopened nuclear power plant in Iowa. He wouldn't bite on it. I get it. It's a trade deal. How much is power worth right now, Asher?
Access to power and power quickly at scale is worth a lot. And that's why we're seeing this unprecedented demand for our business and for the assets that we own today. And so the question is, as these data centers get larger and larger, they're going to want to create campuses that cluster all the GPUs together. And you're seeing that. A year ago, we were talking about 100 megawatts for a campus. Then we went to hundreds of megawatts, and today we're talking about gigawatts for single campuses.
Does it have to be co-located really next to the power production? In other words, is the future of data centers going to be in far west Texas where they have a lot of natural gas? Or is the future data centers going to be just directly next door to any nuclear or nat gas or whatever power facility, wherever it might be? At
scale, you want to have generation as close to the load as possible. Actually, speaking of NextEra, we have a site with them that we own 50-50 in a joint venture. And in that project, we co-located their wind farm with the data center capacity that we own. And that was for when we had the Bitcoin mining infrastructure. It's about a 280 megawatt facility called King Mountain. And so you'll see more and more of that where people bring power generation with them because the grids won't be able to just support that initial demand that they have, and they have to bring generation with them.
Here's what I have to ask this, and we had a few other players. We had Cypher Mining on the show last week. We've interviewed TeraWulf, Paul Prager. They're all doing great. You guys kind of co-opetition, compete a little bit on the margins, but all of you saw something, right? Somewhere along the line, you and Tyler Page and Paul Prager and these others believed in crypto enough to build out the power, mostly for crypto. We would admit that, right? Back in the day. And now, data centers makes crypto power demand look small by comparison. Asher, what did you and your team see? Because now you're sitting on a gold mine.
Sure. When we started the company, it was actually not the deep belief in crypto. The belief was, if we're one of the lowest cost operators, we can find the cheapest power at scale. As long as Bitcoin doesn't go to zero, we'll always make money. So it was a hedged way to actually be able to get exposure to crypto. Today, the company that we spun off is called American Bitcoin. This last quarter, they mined Bitcoin at over a 50% discount to the market. So it's essentially you're being able to buy at a discount. And so that was kind of the business model at the time. But the demand from AI has made those megawatts so much more valuable. The revenue and the profits we're able to generate from those megawatts.
Can you replicate this model, though? I mean, is the model, the Hut 8 model, is it replicable?
I think so, because the unique thing about us relative to kind of the overall peer set is all the sites that are in our pipeline today are actually new projects we developed over the last 12 to 24 months. They're not sites that we had for Bitcoin that we're converting over to AI. We're actually not converting a single one of our campuses. We're keeping those, and we've developed an additional 1,500 megawatts of new sites and capacity in addition to our larger pipeline.